All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be setting up the IntegraRack IR-45 for a temporary mounting solution for some of my solar panels before spring sets in, and I want to get some extra power set up in a very stable and safe way. So let's go ahead and get started. Just want to give you a quick overview of the off-grid solar shed. Got 6 panels on top and I have 3 on the fence over there. Before, if you've seen some of my previous videos, I had another 3, but I took them down for winter because of shading issues with the fence. But 3 works right now. And what I want to do with IntegraRack is I want to set up 4 more panels behind these panels on the west side of the shed. I'll show you over here. Sort of where the lawnmower is in that area, and that'll be a temporary mounting solution until the ground thaws out and we have better weather and really better ground weather before I can permanently mount the panels sort of over where that little pile of dirt is. Yesterday we had like a river coming through here. We had all our snow melt off and some rain, some wicked weather that came up from the Midwest, South, and much better today. So today's the day to get things going. And I have 1 IntegraRack set up inside the shed. I'll show you that, so let's go ahead and head in. All right, guys, back in the shed, you can go ahead and see I have an IntegraRack IR-45 all set up down there. But before we take a closer look at that, just want to show you my off-grid solar power system. Powered by the EG4 6000 XP, sort of the heart of the system. I have all my components here, switches and so forth. Also have 25 kilowatt hours of battery storage. Those are DIY cells I put together. And earlier this spring, I went ahead, set up a little cryptocurrency miner right there, mining Caspa. This little rig only draws about 100 watts of power, so 2.4 kilowatt hours over 24 hours. And with the inverter running and any other loads in the shed, I draw about 10% of my battery down each night. Now getting back to the IR-45 by IntegraRack, I have one set up right here. Super easy process to put together. It's just, you have one section right there. It goes together with a carriage bolt and a nut down there. Then you have the higher leg right there. And then you can go ahead and just go up and down and set your angle here. Pretty easy to do. And you have notches on the back for every 5 degrees, but you can put any degree in you want from, I think it goes from 15 to 45 degrees. So perfect, especially for the northern states where you have to put your panels up quite a bit on an angle, especially in the wintertime. Now what sets apart IntegraRack from other manufacturers, and I've put together a lot of solar racks and panels, is this new style of a clamp. So this clamp right here will clamp onto the panel. You don't have to worry about different size and widths of mid clamps and clamps that will clamp down on your panels to hold them against the rack. Let's go outside. I'll show you how this works. So here's one of my solar panels all set up. It just slides on like that. Your bolt comes through and the bolt will attach onto the IntegraRack arm. So again, pretty universal. You don't have to worry about different size clamps, width or length. This should work on nearly every panel you have. So with the IntegraRack, you have several options for mounting this. I'm going to go ahead and use the ballast option here, where I'm going to go ahead and put weight on the bottom of these racks and weigh everything down. But you can use rock, soil. They also have rods you can insert into the ground, and you can go ahead and fill that with epoxy rods. You can use water ballast. So there are several different options for this type of system here, but being in northwestern Vermont, my frost depth is like 48 inches, so ballast down, in my case I'm going to use a special ballast here, is probably the only option for using these in a cold weather state, especially when you have a deep frost line. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put together my other racks right now. I'm going to be mounting 4 panels. So when you mount 4 panels, you need 5 racks. I have 6 on hand, so I'll go ahead and put those together, get these outside, and I'll show you the rest of the setup as far as putting these together and putting the panels on top of them. right, to make the racks go up and down like this, you have to go ahead and loosen up the 3 bolts here. This one, and the bottom one right there. All right guys, the next step in the process here is to go ahead and pick up some 1-inch EMT conduit. I did that previously at my local Ace Hardware. This conduit will be threaded into the bottom of each rack and help space and keep all the racks together. All right, the next step in the process is to take a measurement of how wide the panels are. Do that right now. They are 39 inches. So I need to go ahead and space those racks at 38 inches across from each other. That'll be inside to inside. Using this 1/2-inch ratchet wrench. There we go. There we go, snug there. So I think if you buy like the complete kit, you know, you're getting like the epoxy kit and stuff. This may come with a 13mm ratchet. But if not, like I just bought the IR-45s. I bought 5 or 6 of them, just using my own 1/2-inch socket. But you can use impact driver too, though I'd be careful not to strip things out. This takes a little more time, but I know it's going to be done right. 38 inches right there. All right, I'll tighten that down, and then we'll do the other 3. All right, I want to talk about a couple things before we move on to the project here. This array calls for 1,000 feet of ballast weight per panel for the IR-45. So when this is up all the way, think about how much more weight you need to keep the panel secure. Just keep that in mind. The different Integra racks like the IR-15, IR-30 require different weights, but this one, the instructions call for 1,000 pounds per panel. They also want the height at minimum to be 22 inches of earth material on the bottom of the IntegraRack IR-45. So if you're mounting this permanently, you got to come in and bring in your stone, your topsoil, whatever you're using to get that weight requirement satisfied. Also want to point out the 1/2-inch bolts that go from the rack into the EMT conduit. You're supposed to go down all the way, and when you do it, it's probably best to start with some kind of impact driver or at least an impact drill set to impact setting. And you go ahead and start it and then put it in. You can start it with a regular wrench like I did in my video, but it's probably easier to start it. It's going to be pretty tight, it'll get loose, and then it'll get tight again. All right guys, just want to talk about a couple more things on the IntegraRack IR-45. So everyone that claims how fast this goes together, I have to say they're right. It's pretty quick in ideal conditions. You know, I was working outside, it was 25 degrees, it started snowing at one point, and just took a little bit longer. You know, you're cold and you're working by yourself, and it's not ideal weather conditions. It's probably going to take a little bit longer. I also want to mention that no one else has talked about one significant disadvantage to IntegraRack, and that would be if you're going to go ahead and use earth ballast to weigh this down and set this up permanently, it's probably going to be a permanent installation because your legs of each IR-45 are set to your panel size or the width of the panel. So unless you change out panels and you use exactly the same width of the panel, you know, you're probably not going to be able to repanel, you know, 8-10 years from now. So this is sort of permanent. So wherever you're putting down, you got to be prepared that that's what you're going with, unless you were to completely dig up this racking system. You know, if I had soil or rock, dig it all up and then pull it out and then redo my widths of the panel. So that, I don't think that's feasible, but if you're looking for a permanent quick installation, this is definitely the way to go. If you're using ballast that's removable or using the water system that they have large jugs you can put down as weight, you're probably all set. right, so Ted and I got the first panel up. It's pretty easy. Just to remind you guys, these are the panels I paid $9 each for. Pretty crazy. Got it at a used solar sale. Let me point out a few things. First of all, you want to start in the back. Go ahead, pull your panel through these rack stands, and then go ahead and insert your clamp in and bring the bolt over. This is just finger tightened right now, and then I do the back and then do the bottom of the solar panel. And you'll notice on the IR-45 stands, it's just a hole and the bolt goes through. I think the IR-30s are slotted, so you have to be right on for that. What's nice about this is you can slide, while things are not tightened up, you can slide this panel back and forth and get it where you want it. But it's true what they say, it's super easy to put together here. It's pretty ingenious as far as putting that clamps inside the solar panel. You can see it right there, and it just attaches over. So we'll go ahead and sort of dry fit all our panels, not tighten anything down till we're done. All right, let's sit over. Okay, I have the panel sitting in between the stands. You can see it's so tight right there. You know, you're 1 inch shorter than the width of the panel. It works out perfectly for holding your panel before you put the clamps on. All right, I'm gonna put the first clamp in here. That's good. All right, I'll just put the nut on finger tight for now. We go in. That. Pretty easy peasy here. And we're good. All right, let's do the bottom. Yeah, it's good. Would not want to lose my nut down there. That would be not good. It's a little more challenging, this one. Let's see what we got here. Panels are dirty, huh? Good. Most precarious part here is putting this nut on in case you lose it down there. There we go. All right, guys, winner chicken dinner here on these IntegraRack IR-45. Super easy to set up, and as you can see, we just did 2 panels. I'll do the rest now, and then this will be our temporary 4-panel array until later this spring or early summer when it dries out. Then we'll go ahead and we'll put the rest of the panels in the field, planning on doing a 10-panel array. Good. All 4 in. Everything's pretty much lined up for a temporary array. That's nice. Here, looking darn good. You can see my ground is nearly level. It's a little low right there, but again, this is just temporary array, so it's good. All right, just need to tighten things up now. All right, just want to show you everything is nice and tight. See that? Against the panel, top, and then the bottom. Let's go on this side. I'll show you the bottom on this side. I haven't done the other panel, but this one's nice and tight. See that? That's the way it should be. Pretty cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call this a video because the rack is together, and that was the whole point of doing this YouTube video. The next video will involve doing the ballast weight, and I'll go ahead and show you how that's going to work here. I do have some preview here. I probably will end up putting down a layer of plastic and then doing pavers and then some OSB board. Then I'll bring my special ballast weight in, and then we'll get that set to go, cover it with a tarp, and that will be the ballast weight for this array. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. If this was helpful, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, come on back for more videos. Take care and have a great day.